Hi guys, and welcome to Angling View. Today you join me at a very windy, very cold, very wet Willows on Lindholme. And today, just fishing very simply, a little bit of micros and a little bit of corn. We've got a few different baits today, and this is the first of one of the little stocky carp that they've just put in here. Absolute perfection they are. It's taking that little bit of sweet corn. Absolute beautiful fish. As you can see, in absolutely perfect condition. Beautiful. So what we'll do, we'll get straight back out there. We'll get straight back out there and see if there's some more to be had, which I'm sure there is. But it is absolutely freezing with that wind, with wet hands, I assure you, today. And it's not as windy as when I fished Locos the other day. Obviously, it was absolutely brutal then with that wind, and it's not as windy as that, but still is pretty cold and pretty grim out here. Feeding just a little bit of micros at a time. Got a little bigger cad pot on today because when I'm shipping out, I got wet hands and I don't want to accidentally knock it out. I don't mean that I'm feeding a full pot, but then if it does get that they are feeding rapidly, then I can put some more in. I'm just tapping them in and just lowering that float over the top. When that rain eases up, it's not too bad. To be honest, we set up and all hunky-dory, no rain, no nothing, and then as always, as soon as you physically start fishing, then the rain starts and the wind starts. That's just the way it goes in winter fishing, I suppose. It's the way it goes in England. Into another one now. So I see a couple down there. Nice with this little light elastic on. Don't need to fish anything heavy for these fish. Just a nice light number 8. You notice that I've got it on a shallow kit, which is maybe a little bit unconventional for this time of year, but I'm only fishing, like I say, a light elastic, and I'm not too fussed about having it sort of a lot of elastic through the pole. So with it being light, it'll just it's just fine, absolutely perfect. Swim off and not disturb the peg. Seeing as we're on the fish, I'm just going to continue and see if we can catch a few. What I'm going to try and do today, and I apologise if it doesn't work, but I'm going to try and get 1 or 2 videos done in this same session. So today you can see to my right that I've got a keep net in. That's by special permission from Aaron, so it's not that you can just turn up and use a keep net. I will say that it's just for filming purposes only, and we're going to try and do a couple of different methods. I'm not too sure what they're going to be just yet, and then we can sort of put it over a few different episodes over hopefully 2 to 3 days of one session, and then we can put it and show you the net on the final episode. But I'm not throwing tons and tons of bait in, even though I've just, you know, had 2 fish in quite quick succession. I'm still going with only sort of pinch of micros. I don't want to feed them out the peg. I still want them to take that sweet corn. And I've gone with sweet corn today. I've got some expanders with me. I've got some hard 4mm pellets, and I've also got some maggots. All that which can work. If it starts to get harder, I'll probably go on to maggot. But I started off on corn because it's quite a bright bait, and you know, it is raining and the water's coloured, and sometimes corn can be a good standout bait, and every fish likes it really. And what I'm trying to do is pick out the smaller kernels. I've got quite a small 18s Drennan hook on. Let's pick out the smaller kernels so they're smaller for these sort of size fish, but to be honest, a full size grain of corn's nothing to even a small carp like this. To another one, guys. What we'll do is we'll get this fish in, and then we'll have a little close-up look at the rig. Beautiful little fish, these little stockies, and just nice to catch, you know, instead of the old roach in the winter. Nice to catch a few of these. That's a little fat one. Beautiful condition, as you'd expect. Hook's just gone through its lip and onto the net a little bit. Right on the top of the top lip, just where you want to hook them. Absolute little bit of perfection. How nice is that? Let's get him in the old net. Right guys, so let's jump over to a close-up view, and okay guys, let's have a look at the rig now. Just had a little bit of change of clothing as the rain picks itself up, which is not fun in any way, I assure you, with how cold it is. We've gone with a little shallow kit. Like I say, we're not fishing too deep. If you fish your rigs sort of 5 or 6 foot, then you need a longer kit. We can just get away with it, and we've got that nice 8 hollow through there. We've got a ProGen Slim with a metal stem, and it's a 0.3 gram with a really nice visible tip, and that's really important to be able to see against this murky water. It's 014 Gen Pro, and we've got 5 number 8s right down to a hook length of 12 inches, and that is 013 Gen Pro, and we've got a Carp match Drennan hook, just nicely nestled on there, perfect for hooking maggots, corn, expanders like we're going to fish today, in a size 18. So yeah, it's a nice little rig. We've got a bigger cab pot. Like I say, it's a bit jerky sometimes with the rain. Your hands can slip. It's just easy to not nip out the micros. So what we'll do is get another corn on. We'll get back out there, see if we can have some few more fish, and finish this film off. And then we'll look at the other 2 episodes for the next couple of days, and hopefully then we can have a look in the keep net. But don't be expecting no £100. We're only on, well, you can see we had a weather. That's all I need to say. But at least we'll hopefully string sort of a couple of dozen fish together, and have a nice little net to show for it. So let's get back out to it and hopefully catch some more fish. Into another one. Look, this feels like more like one of the stockies, and there's the bird scarer going off in the background. It's crazy. This has nearly jumped into water a few times today. This is why we have that nice soft elastic on. There's a little left one, and that soft elastic helps with we're not bumping the fish. This one really wanted it. They've been all lip hooked today, but this one is absolutely had it. Another one for the net. What we'll do is get another grain of corn on. Just nick that on nice on the corner. Always make sure your rig's not tangled, your elastics. Great. We'll put a few of those pellets in. And out we go again. String a few fish together now. It's a lovely method, and especially when the rain's stopped a little bit now and sun's out a little bit, and it just makes it not bad to be fishing in the winter. We are closely approaching spring, even though we've had some terribly cold weather. Spring is not far away. Float just dotted out perfectly. This ProGen Slims, so good, so visible, the bristle, and with a nice wire stem, it's just so stable. And it's just fishing around 4.5 foot of water today, and just having a wire stem just keeps everything straight. Really shy bites, and sometimes, you know, you lift and drop, so it's better sometimes to just strike them, and then you can just lower it back down. It's not the end of the world. Into another one. Feels like another good F1. Always good to just let it swim gently out of the peg. There's a little bit better stamp, this one. Nice and steady. And the elastic do all the work when it's ready. And there we go, it's in the net. It's a lovely stamp F1. It's a lovely goldfish, this one. Into the net with the rest. Just getting in that little routine. Get the bait on. Make sure that's hooked. A little bit of feed. Make sure your elastic's pulled. A really lovely pole to fish with. There's this 10:01 margin. Always need poles if you want to fish short. Then invest in a good margin pole. I mean, this is only 8 meters, 8.5 meters at the moment. I've got another section. It's just absolutely perfect. It's so stiff and super strong, obviously. Small bite that was, really tiny bite. You can't go really wrong, really, can you? Fishing in the winter, catching fish that pull the elastic out, and a good spot, and lots of them. Can't really go wrong. Another little baby F1 this time. Perfectly in that top lip. Solid. Absolutely solid now. We're getting a fish every time we drop in now. It's incredible, really. We've got them really competing for it. Just feeding that micro, and we could have dumped a lot of micros in, and seen how many fish we've caught, but we've not. We just kept that steady flow of feed going in, just nice and steady, and not overfed it, and that's why we've got these fish here competing. Guys, into another fish. Feels like another F1. Might be one of these little carp, actually. It is one of these little carp. Lovely little fun on light gear, these little carp. Let's get him in the net and go out and see if we can catch another. Lovely bite, that one. Nice sail away positive bite. Another little carp. And I will say that lately I've been really enjoying having the comments and the fantastic comments that you're all putting in there. It's it's really nice to see such positivity, and there's a lot of people that comment very regularly that are on the group, on the YouTube comments, and I just really want to just say thank you for that, because it's great seeing that we've got those regular people on there that are watching week in, week out. Lovely little fish to finish this session on. And I just I really am grateful for that feedback, and you know, it's just really nice to see you get involved. Although we have had the negative feedbacks, and yes, sometimes I get things muddled up, and yes, sometimes my accent, I say things different, and you know, I think we've locked down on people that are obviously getting nothing else to do. We get some pedantic people that are, you know, commenting and stuff like that. Well, if it's not constructive, guys, it's not going to go on. It's not going to go on the YouTube comments. I mediate the comments, so it'll just get removed. So if it's not a positive comment, or it's not something that can be debated in a sensible way, then it's just not going to go on there. But I do appreciate all of you that are putting the comments, and certainly the regulars. But yeah, that's end of part 1. Now I'm not going to let on to what I'm going to try next, and hopefully it'll be successful as this has. We can get some more fish in the net. But thank you very much for joining me as always, and trying out this method. Obviously works really well. A little bit of corn and a little bit of micros is one of my go-tos. It's just about feeding that little and often, rather than piling loads in, and making sure that float's dotted down nice, and see those sensitive bites. So if you could join us on the Facebook group at Angling For You, we've got the live feeds we've been doing on Fridays, and lots of great members, over 5,000 now, and really helpful and want to help with all those questions. And if you just want to see photos, then come on Angling _For You on Instagram and just see what we're doing on there. We put up as regular photos, and you know, what we're doing out and about. So thank you very much for watching. Hope everybody is staying safe, and until the next one, part 2, I'll see you soon, and tight lines.